Hello, quick update. I'm not going to be playing this level again today. I just wanted to talk about a few things that we've been discussing. So there are a couple of different issues with levels, especially this has kind of thrown up, some things that we need to work on. Firstly, there is a problem that the road is often not an interesting situation. So here, the only choice I really can make is to move my units to here and enter through this way. Most lots have multiple entrances, this just happens to be a small one. But I'm not really making any valid choices about kind of what I do there. I mean, there is a machine gunner there. If I play, I can see their patrol route moving over there, and that's fine. There's some good stuff there. But it feels like there needs to be some kind of additional something happening here. So Ian is going to take a look at that. The second issue is the lots. You can see this lot is very empty. So by the time we get to, say, here, we can have vision here, we can have vision across here, have vision across here. So if there's a sort of short-range unit here, as there is a shotgunner, that shotgunner's not really going to have any opportunity to do anything interesting. It might be able to run away, but the AI sort of isn't really that keen on just running units straight up away. It tends to be pretty boring, for one thing. I don't think we'd necessarily even want that. So there's that. The third issue really is to do with the more designed bit of the level and how that works. So on this level, we have a sort of serviceable small area, and that's fine. But generally what we want is an area where the player's going to come in, and then there's some level flow. The area is kind of sectioned off a bit more, and you have some more decisions to make around your tactical approach to it. So we're going to look again at some general stuff and try to make that all play nicely together before we move on with a lot more content. We're still going to be producing some content. There is another level on the way today that I'll be taking a look at, and after that I want to work on a larger, more expansive level. But we're in transition on some things with this. I think we've already got to a point where these levels are much more interesting than many of the ones in FS1. We do have the ability to do some exciting things. For example, we want to have a situation where there are reinforcements coming in at times. So something that you folks mentioned yesterday was, instead of just a hard turn limit, you have reinforcements arriving. That is something that we're probably going to try. So yes, an overall new kind of conceptual look at the level as we massage it into shape. And I want to get to the point where we're showing some new exciting outcome from that very soon. Hello again, just going to answer your questions quickly. There is a cat in the background behind me, I don't know if you noticed. Litigation Jackson, hello. So the player character will be a human jacked into the shape and not a shape form. There's some cool potential with that. Yes, that's definitely happening. Muji's the best Keon. The red colour for lockdown buildings seems like such a good way to communicate that it's off limits to the player, that it's a bit odd you don't use it at all in the fog background. Again, a large area of a sort of clashing colour doesn't tend to look great on the levels. We're probably going back to the red generally for the lock zones shortly. Some cat action. Joshua Jones, really minor gripe, but I'm not a fan of the way the lockdown zones look. Sure, you're getting tired of hearing this now. Kind of am. I don't like the way the lockdown texture shifts when you move around the map. So that's the UV thing. The zones are kind of a hole in the map. Yeah, we're still looking at it. I definitely get what you mean. Appreciate you saying the game looking good. Yeah, the lockdown zones are generally working. Dark Knight 82. Love FS1 on iPad. Will FS2 be coming to iPad as well? Not currently. If the game does really well, then maybe. iPad stuff, really tough to do now for premium games. I know Sunless Sea by our friends at Fail Better didn't do very well on iPad. Stuff struggles there. It's a great platform. We would love to do it, but the audience probably isn't there. Mr. Wooburn, can you all add a shortcut for cancelling aim? There is a hotkey. I should probably learn it. Clicking your guy and clicking on the menu is kind of a hassle. Yeah. Martin, hey, hello again. No problem. I did answer your question. I should read what people say. He says, hi again. Thanks for answering my question. A few questions this time. Do snipers have the ability to move and fire at the same time? They do. Obviously, if they move and that causes them to lose line of sight, that's bad. They do take a very long time to aim, though. It doesn't really cause a problem. If cars get hit with explosives, do they explode? And if so, is the explosion lethal? Not currently. Will the district react to it as though it were a building? Probably not. Probably not. Eternal Dreamer, you guys could take a step further and make some kind of open world game with that procedural city and interior generator, some sort of stylized minimalistic GTA. I know it's easy to say rather than actually make, no kidding. But I believe in you guys. Thank you. There's already almost GTA-like game you've made, Tokyo 42. We didn't make Tokyo 42, as someone else has pointed out in the comments. We just published it. That was the amazing Smack Games. An action game? Yeah, I'd like to do an action game at some point. We haven't really done one since our very first game, Determinants, which is kind of a weird fighting game. I would like to do an action game. Whether we do a GTA-ish one, I don't think so. We do want to do other games using this tech, though, and we've had some discussions about those. The city stuff's really interesting, can be applied to a whole load of different things. Thanks for all the support. Friendly Broski, hello mate. Will this be playable at EGX Rezzed again? Probably not doing EGX this year, kind of cutting back on the shows a little bit. Right, thanks for the questions once again. Bit of a quick video today, but I didn't think I was going to be able to do any. Tomorrow, not sure if I'll be here tomorrow, but I may try and do something. See you then.